Hello YouTubers, this is the noobifier. Thursday we got Inside Star Citizen, Friday we got Star Citizen Live. Here's what you need to know about both in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Each thruster will become its own asset, which allows each to take individual damage or wear. The damage is going to transfer into the hull and other systems, resulting in visual cues for us to see, so we'll know how bad the item is. The client-to-server rework changes how data is tracked by all players. This is critical to sync up your position with how others see where you are. Teleporting, lag, missing hitboxes will all be reduced by this implementation. Cluster harvestables are coming, which allows procedural tech to add more mineable assets in a logical and appropriate manner. They said they were working on it, but don't expect it anytime soon. Subscriber perks will include unique aesthetic gear, which won't be available anywhere else. Microtech was teased, and then they gave us a mini tour of the 890 jump. In building the 890 jump, they took our feedback into consideration about the 600, and they're putting in less wasted space. Moving on, Friday had Star Citizen Live. We were reminded that of the 500 plus CIG staff, only a small component are actually developers. The Caterpillar side door animations are complete, which will allow them to drop as intended, but it's not a priority. Roads are coming, but they're not a priority. The developers are still building out the entire framework, which allows all the elements to be added, and that's why there hasn't been much progress in the individual unique game mechanics. Scanning isn't fully fleshed out and is still being worked on. Mark says that the intended scanning backend to allow for this is very thick because it webs into all different game systems, including exploration, possession, law, and more. Adding UEE armor sets to the PU is possible, but that would only likely happen after the release of Squadron. Full persistence is broken down into levels. The current goal is the server-side streaming, which allows the server to track the objects. If an object isn't within range of a player, the server may cull it until it's needed. It's a little tricky, because if the object was a damaged ship, all the ship's status, such as damage, would need to be remembered as well for this to work as intended. After that's complete, having to track the object into a mesh of servers is the next challenge. Waiting for server-side streaming is actually what's stopping more things from being added to the universe. They said that this is actually the main priority. Player inventory isn't fully defined yet. Some games give the player access to everything without any penalty, and some consume cargo space to account for all your gear. If your gear is actually in the cargo, would that cargo be lootable or not? And how long would it take for you to use an item? Would that item need to be transported from a warehouse, etc., etc.? All this is still being decided. The Redeemer isn't being worked on, it's not a priority, and it may not be an Aegis ship when it finally does come out. Player armor adds benefits and reduces others. This is to ensure balance. As you add protection, it may take away from oxygen production or add a bunch of mass. Hunger, thirst, and knockdown resistance are all other factors. Salvage is waiting on the updated inventory system. Accounting for cargo objects before and after a ship explosion is also a massive hurdle. There are some objects and animations that don't work well with the female model. Those are being fixed. Despawning and spawning ships on an outpost is planned, but there won't be any magic teleport. You're going to need to fly the asset to that location. They also said they were toying with an idea for a service beacon mission to let you ask someone to fly your ship where you need it. Ship docking is limited because it's a mixture of legacy and new tech. Persistence is also holding this back, as well as the atmospheric pressure room zone system. More variation in hair, tattoos, scars, and bionic limbs are all coming, but are not expected soon. There you go, mega compressed, fly safe, and I'll see you in the verse.